Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general energy reading for the sign of Scorpio for September 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign. If the reading resonates, then that's awesome, or if there could be parts of the message that resonate, then that's cool as well. If it doesn't resonate, then it's just simply not your message, so please use your own discernment and kind of take what you feel is best and leave the rest. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, by the way. So yeah, let's get into some shuffling of the cards. So I'm using the Light Seer's tarot. I'll be using the Radiant Rider-Waite tarot later on to clarify, and we'll get some oracle cards out later on for some messages of advice or guidance for you at the end of the reading. Okay. So as always, please excuse the poor shuffling. I try my best. That's all I can say, really. So I have recently put out September's love readings for you guys. And also there was a bonus reading for you as well for the end of August. So I'll put the link up at the end of this video for the September love reading, and then if you guys wanted to check out the channel, you'd be able to find the one for August as well, because that potentially could resonate for you as well. Okay, so what can we get for Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus for September general reading. Angels of Love and Light, what can we get for Scorpio, please? What do they really need to know? What do they need to know for September in general? Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Yep. Okay, so we have Justice, we have Libra energy. I feel like you're letting go of something or someone, a situation. Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, look at that. So we have the Six of Swords with the Three of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in reverse. Two more for Scorpio, please. If it comes out, I'll take it, obviously. Thank you. Queen of Wands in reverse. And lastly, one more. Chariot. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. With your energy here, Scorpio energy. Death and rebirth in reverse. Okay, so your energy is here. Right, so you could be dealing with, or you have them in your chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, sorry, Three of Pentacles upright. Yeah, you could be dealing with a Libra here with Justice. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius with the Knight of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords upright. Could be dealing with a Cancerian here with the Chariot energy, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Queen of Wands in reverse, or a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what I'm feeling straight away is you're letting go of something that you may have worked relatively hard on for quite some time, and it's got to the point about whether this particular investment with all this hard work, all this perseverance into a particular goal or an idea about what it is that you're wanting to bring in for yourself, is it genuinely going to give you the emotional fulfillment that you've been looking for? And have you had the amount of people around you who are on the same page, who are willing to put in the work to be able to help you, to assist you to get to the goal that it is that you're trying to achieve? if you're working on a new craft, or you're trying to build something that's going to bring something substantial for yourself in the near future, are people genuinely helping you, or are you just feeling potentially that you may be putting this particular work in and not getting the results as of yet? And so feel that if you're putting in this particular work, is it worth staying to do this work, or it's just something I should abandon and kind of leave behind and move on to something else? You know, it could be trying to have something to come into your life to manifest, and potentially you may feel like, well, it hasn't turned up as of yet, so is it something that I'm willing to continue pursuing, or should I just kind of leave it alone and just kind of count my losses I'm getting? Potentially this may be making you feel like losing of some sort of confidence I'm getting here with the Queen of Wands energy in reverse. Potentially feeling like, okay, I'm not sure if this is something that's going to really work out for me. Should I keep trying with this? But I'm getting this overall sense that eventually justice will be coming in for you. You will be able to prevail, and you will be able to move on forward in the direction that you want to. I feel like something is just being hidden from you right now, and this may be causing some sort of self-doubt in yourself. And it's like, do I move on, or do I stick around? And I'm getting this overall sense that, you know, you will have your victory, you will have your win-win that you're looking for in relation to a project, or a home situation, a financial situation I'm getting, potentially. You may have just feel like you put in a lot of work in, and potentially you may have not necessarily seen the results of as of yet, and may be tempted to kind of quit. Like, I'm getting quit while the going is good, but you may not see the fact that actually something so much more is going to come in for you, but potentially you may be like, it's like kind of like that sense of, it's like, you know, when you go to plant a seed and you can't see the seed like turning into this beautiful like flower, you can't see what's going on underneath the soil. You just have to trust and know that it's working. And potentially you've waited so long for something to even just sprout through to the surface, and it's just on the cusp of it like coming through the surface, and you may be a little bit like, oh well, it's not here as of yet, so it's never going to happen. And potentially you may have given up on a particular idea, and this may be stressing you out. And potentially you may feel like, oh okay, well what do I do now? And what direction do I go on in my life? And potentially you're kind of cutting yourself off, like it's like cutting your nose off to spite your face I'm getting. So potentially you may be like cutting yourself off, potentially before even something has grown in, something that's been even had an opportunity to blossom, to bloom I'm getting. Potentially, you know, you may have this, it might be triggering you potentially in this sense of, okay, well, because it hasn't necessarily happened as of yet, you know, it's triggering this kind of like fear of change, like this kind of, you're wanting these things to change, but it's like, I'm getting the idea of fear of failure, but also fear of success, and that is a thing. You can be scared of both. That is a thing. And eventually I'm just getting this feeling that eventually you will be able to move on to calmer waters. You will be able to move on in the way that you want to. You will be able to transition and overcome particular hardships eventually. You may even have to relocate for something else to kind of come in for you. Maybe you have to leave behind a particular way of thinking, or a particular home, or a particular job, or something. Potentially you may, if you work in a legal profession or something like that, you may have stayed in something for a really long time, potentially being fearful of this particular change. Like you've avoided like avoided moving or transitioning. Potentially feeling that you may not necessarily get what you want if you were to leave it, or if you were to take a risk on something, you may not get to where you want to be, and fearful of kind of like some sort of loss that maybe that you feel like is going to come in for you. But there's definitely been this feeling of like not feeling like not getting, potentially resisting some sort of change because of not having the recognition of something, not having the success, or feel like you're not going to get the recognition or success. Giving up, having this potentially this lack of confidence. But you'll eventually have a new perspective on the whole thing, and you will gain the confidence. Look at that. You'll have a brand new outlook eventually. And this in turn, like, you may have thought, okay, well, maybe it's something I should just give up on. And it's like, well, actually, no, just keep going. Just keep persevering. You will overcome the hardships. Just start to have the courage in yourself and take the bigger picture. Take the bold moves as necessary and continue what you need to do. Because eventually you will be successful. But you will be able to move on here. And you may have felt like you missed out on opportunities potentially because you may have felt like you were holding on to a particular situation, like resistant to change. Because potentially you may feel like, oh, there's been a lot of stagnation of waiting around, so potentially things aren't going to turn around for me. But it's just having that acceptance and finding that peace that eventually you will be able to. But it's like changing. I'm getting the sense of just changing a particular mindset for you in order to move on forward and be more confident in your truth and to take direct action to move forward. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull from the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot and see what additional messages that we have for you guys. It's all about perception, I'm getting. A lot of it's to do with your perception. You definitely will be able to move on forward and take ownership, I'm getting. Make certain plans and put a particular structure in place for you to move on forward. Why is justice here? Why is justice here? Whatever it is that you're trying to do, I'm getting this sense that you're very skillful at what it is that you do. But it's just a sense of potential confidence. Okay, so with the Hierophant in reverse. So potentially you may be getting justice for... Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting this sense that potentially you have an idea or you want to work on something and it's totally left field, it's out of the box, it's not traditional. Like, for instance, if you do work in like a legal profession, it's very traditional, and maybe it's something you've been fearful of a particular change, and maybe you want to go and explore your options potentially, and to go towards something that is going to allow you to be in a more unique kind of like creative space. So potentially it's like you may be holding yourself back because it's been very different from what you may have done previously. But look at that. Yeah, potentially you're not getting the emotional fulfillment of what it is that you may have been doing, and it's like, okay, I'm getting this overriding feeling of I've got to make this change, and if I make this change I need to do it because it's something I'm passionate about. And you see these two people, they're both wearing red robes. So regardless, you know, you have to kind of go and do what is like right for you. You know, this person is like walking into the unknown, and that's what I was saying earlier with the kind of this energy here of there's been an illusion, or there's maybe something that hasn't been completely revealed to you. You're kind of walking into the unknown. Yeah, you may have been very, very stressed about it, up in your head, unsure about whether to move on to a different endeavour or not. Whether to leave something behind. May have been very stuck in the idea of doing that, potentially. What else can we get? Yeah, but you're ending of a difficult cycle here with the Ten of Swords. You're ending something. Maybe severing ties in something. Potentially you may have been dealing with people, you know, authority figures, and something wasn't necessarily right. Yeah, you may not necessarily be feeling the emotional fulfillment and like satisfaction, like not having this kind of sense of inner joy doing what you were doing, and potentially I'm getting this kind of sense of like broken dreams, like feeling like things are just not gonna work out if I stay in this other situation, and you may have had like people trying to tear you down. Yeah. Okay. I mean, with this Ten of Swords here, like you may have felt like, oh, maybe I should just admit defeat and stay in this other situation, you know, letting these particular fears kind of override you. But I'm getting this sense you're ending off a particular cycle to bring in something else, to bring in something new for you. And yeah, look at this. We have the Ace of Cups and we have the Three of Swords. I feel like if this is a message that potentially resonates, like you staying in another situation may be relatively heartbreaking, and it's just been painful, and potentially now you're getting the realization that it's actually not been as emotionally fulfilling, and maybe you're not following your kind of intuition about what it is that you want for yourself, and something has happened, or there's going to be an accumulation of particular events coming into play where someone may have betrayed you, and you're getting this realization of, okay, well, I need to be able to get out of a situation. There may have been some sort of trickery in the mix, potentially some sort of lies or deceit in relation to a situation, maybe a job, what have you. We have the King of Swords here, so there's something that's going to come to light. You could be dealing with a lawyer, especially here with the legal kind of implications with the Justice card, and then with the King of Swords. Yeah, wow, okay, so with the Page of Swords in reverse and then the King of Swords upright, like the Page of Swords in reverse, there's some sort of gossip, there's some sort of manipulation. Maybe someone is, you're going to get to the truth that somebody else may have not been openly speaking their truth. Potentially there could be legal issues I'm getting, or if there has been dishonesty to do with a legal issue or a tax issue or something, there may be a lawyer coming in to help you who may be a little bit eccentric, I'm getting, who will be able to help you. That's why I'm getting this kind of Hierophant, like reverse, like somebody who isn't very traditional, but they may have a very traditional job, but they may be able to think outside of the box and have a new approach on being able to help you in a particular manner. Wow, that's probably a very specific message for someone. But if it resonates, then that's cool. So, okay, yeah. Potentially you may have been dealing with people who didn't really necessarily have any kind of regard for any consequences. So if you're waiting on justice to come in for you. Potentially there were people around you who may have been very selfish, very manipulative. Yeah, maybe somebody was putting their insecurities onto you in a particular way. There's just no regard for the consequences, and you just might decide, look, I want justice to come in for me now. I want it to get all sorted. I want to finish. I don't want to feel stuck in a situation that I don't have to be in anymore. And like potentially you may just be like, okay, I want to leave now, and I've learned from the past if there's something that hasn't been necessarily right, and I want to move on from that. yeah, move on from that. Maybe even have a new job, new endeavour, new project. And I was about to clarify the Chariot. So there's definitely something new, maybe a new project of sorts that you want to come in, something else that you want to create. But it's about getting to a calmer place to eventually feel like confident enough and sure of yourself enough to be able to create it. What's this Chariot here for? Why is the Chariot here? Queen of Cups in reverse. So potentially it's about taking time to heal yourself, or before you move on. Potentially you're getting some sort of help. You know, Queen of Swords. We saw the King of Swords upright. Now the Queen of Swords. You may be getting friends or work colleagues or people around you who are very fair-minded people, who are very good at their job, very clear-cut, very truthful, and they will be able to help you get to the bottom of it. I'm getting to the bottom of something. Yeah. You may have felt like you had lost your way, and then other people are going to be able to come forward and help you and give you justice. Look at this. Give you justice. It's Queen of Cups energy though. I'm getting the sense that potentially you'll be able to move on from people who may have depended on you on a particular way. You'll be able to get away from that. What else have we got here? Yeah, the Four of Pentacles, that's over here. It kind of came out sideways, so potentially there may be a block moving on forward. Potentially could be dealing with a water sign or an earth sign here with the King of Pentacles. So maybe somebody may be trying to block you from moving on forward to get to particular goals that you're wanting, so you can better yourself and gain the security and the prosperity that you're after. Potentially there may be other people who are clinging on to you, preventing you from moving forward, who don't want you to move on. Maybe they want to... They just don't want to kind of help you out. Maybe they're trying to prevent you in a financial sense. And we kind of got that earlier, potentially. Yeah. We have the Two of Cups, so potentially could to do with a work contract, doesn't necessarily have to be, a partnership of sorts. Yeah. I'm going to take one more for the Chariot, just as an extra clarifier. And then I'm going to use the Soul Journey Oracle cards. What's going on with this, the Chariot? Anything else? Yeah, Temperance. Yeah, it's going to be balanced. There is going to be some sort of balance coming in. Something's going to be moderated. I'm getting the word moderator. So if there is a legal implication to do with a court case or something, there's going to be a moderator, somebody coming in who's going to be able to help you find balance, get some sort of harmony. But it's about practicing some sort of patience. Yeah, you definitely may be working with someone who's going to help you in some sort of brand new way, and it's going to allow you to move on forward. There's going to be trust and respect, like mutual respect with this person who's going to be able to help you. Potentially you may even be following your intuition and being guided in a particular sense, and you kind of have this knowing that you need to move off and go to calmer waters and leave something else behind that may not be serving you, and try to like make sure that you don't hold on to the past and that you can allow yourself to move on forward. Or you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you have it in your chart. So this is the Soul Journey Oracle cards. So just want to see what extra messages we can get for you guys. What extra messages can we get? What advice, guidance can we get? Health. I will honour the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So yeah, this is about taking time for yourself, really focusing on your you know, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, even your spiritual well-being. Especially if you're closing out a difficult cycle, it would be worthwhile to look into helping that. Look, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You're definitely getting some sort of guidance which will allow you to move on forward and to give you the self-control that it is that you're after, to feel so much more balanced and take that have that willpower to move forward and learning to trust yourself. And if something has finished, it's probably finished for good reason. And just keep persevering, that eventually you will get to the calmer waters about where it is that you want. Look at that and you'll have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So you will be able to move on forward out of that, okay? So anyway, guys, if the reading resonates, then that's awesome. If it doesn't, then obviously please just take and use what have you. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll hopefully see you guys again soon. So please take care and bye for now.